waiting for people to come on in. Please come on in. I got a story to tell. Come on in on this Tuesday morning. Come on in. Well, anyway, trying to give people a chance to come on in. Well, let me go on with my story. I went live yesterday, but for some reason, I don't know. It just didn't work out. But I'm going live today. Yesterday, okay, let me tell you my backstory. My backstory is I just moved to Hamilton, Ohio from Atlanta, Georgia. Um, things wasn't working out down there. So, well, I ain't gonna say they weren't working out. You know, my daughter, she's 18 now, so I always said once she got 18 and she got halfway situated, you know, because these grown ass kids, you can't tell them shit. Um, I said I was gonna move to Ohio, back home. I'm from Cincinnati. Anyway, I'm at work. Now, this ain't my field of work, but of course, I've just been up here literally about a month. So, of course, you take anything until you get what you really want. And right now, I'm in transitioning phase. Of course, through Yahweh's blessing, I did get hired on at a correctional institute up here as assistant food manager, but it's a process. So that's what I'm waiting on. However, right now, I'm just working in a factory. So I'm in a factory with a bunch of women that either live in a hotel or a trailer park. So, not knocking it, but this is something totally new to me because that's just isn't the cloth that I'm built from, if you know what I mean. So, and it's a family out there, okay? You got the mother, the brother, the sister, and the aunt. So I'm in the break room yesterday. So she come in there and, you know, she was telling me how her brother, who was diagnosed with a mental illness because he used to be in slow learning classes. I think right now he's like 23. But anyway, she got like a 7-year-old son. And she says how he keeps beating on the son. So at that point, or hitting the son. So at that point, and she said, let me pick it up. She said, and now it's to the point to where the police has been called. So I'm like, well, why doesn't he take his medicine? You know, what is he diagnosed with? She said bipolar. Now, before anybody bashes me and say, oh, you know, mental illness is real. Yeah, I know it's real. I know mood disorder exists. I know depression exists. I also know schizophrenic, um, depression, schizophrenic, mood disorder, bipolarness. I know all that's real. And autism. I know all this is real and I'm not downplaying mental illness. So before somebody come on here or comment that I'm mental illness bashing, I'm not. But what I am saying is, well, let me go back to my story. So she say he doesn't take the medicine. I said, well, why don't he take the medicine? She said, because he said he don't need medicine. I said, so he knows what he's doing while he's off the medicine? And she said, yes, he does. He takes it when it's convenient for him. Now, this is where the manipulation come in at. Here's my thing. For example, if a man go in the bank and shoot it up, and he knows what he did was wrong, but yet and still, in the court of law, he'll plead insanity. So for me, that's manipulation. You can't keep doing shit wrong and knowing that you need to be on medicine, but refuse to take your medicine. But as soon as you do some fucked up shit, you use mental illness to justify what you've done. You know, so to me, that's manipulation. Now, I could be wrong, but I just don't think I'm wrong. Example, if a person is hearing voices that's telling them to do this, that, and the third, they break a law. They go to court. They say, I don't know why I did it. It was some voices in my head that told me to did it. Granted, that's a justifiable reason to me. Because, if you're hearing voices in your head, and let's be honest, all of us got a little cray cray in us. And if, to me, that's mental illness. But if you say, okay, yeah, I know I'm supposed to be on medicine, but I don't take it and I know what I did was wrong. However, now that I'm in front of a judge or I done broke a law, I'm going to use mental illness to my benefit. And my whole thing is there are people in the world that manipulate, that use mental illness to a manipulative state in their life to justify or excuse the shit that they do. Now, if this young man is hitting her son and know he's supposed to be on medicine and say, I take it when I want to take it, you know. And yeah, I know I ain't supposed to be hitting him, but he gets on my goddamn nerves. To me, and then once she called the police, the first thing he hollers is, oh, I'm bipolar. They know I'm bipolar. It's on paper that I'm bipolar. Well, anybody can play crazy to get a check. It's not hard to do. Um, and then they keep giving them a slap on the wrist. Mental illness or not, you need to be held accountable for your actions. And if you know that you need this medicine and you're competent enough to know that you need this medicine, then you need to take it. But if you're competent enough, then where does the mental illness come into play? What am I missing here? But anyway, it was a big debate. And I stand on what I say. There are people in the world that will use mental illness to manipulate the situation, to get out of trouble, to justify the means to the ends. And I personally don't think that shit is right. I think everybody should be held accountable across the board if they break a law. And if this young man knows what he's doing is wrong, where do the mental illness come into play? And that's my question. Again, this storyteller coming back with you with another story. Was my situation at work, and it was a big debate. And so if I'm missing something, please leave a comment below. But again, people do play on their mental illness. We see it all the time. We see it on TV. We see it with celebrities. We see it with the neighbors. You know, we see it. We just see it, and, we just got to be careful because everybody that claims they mental is just downright mean and dirty. Just got that mean spirit. Hello, hello. So, yeah, I'm sitting here talking about mental illness or manipulation, and if there is a difference, again, can you have a mental illness and still know right from wrong without taking your medicine? The story I was telling, was, you know, this girl at work, thank you. Hello. The story I was telling was when I was at work, one of my coworkers came in there saying how her brother, who was 24 years old, hits her son. Now he's 7. I asked, well, what is wrong with your brother? Your brother's 24 years old. Why do he keep beating up your son? She stated to me, he has a the brother has a mental illness. I asked, well, do he take his medicine? She said, nah, he don't take his medicine. And I said, why? She said, because he said he doesn't need the medicine. Well, anyway, they ended up calling the cops on the brother. Now the brother is claiming his mental illness made him do it. So my question is, wouldn't that be manipulation? Because if you're competent to know that you need this medicine and you know what you did is wrong, but when you find yourself about to get in trouble, now all of a sudden you're saying, "Oh, I need my medicine. I haven't been on my medicine." To me, that's manipulating, and it's manipulating the system. You can't always play on mental illness. Again, before people start bashing me, I know mental illness is real. I know depression is real. I know autism is real. I know mood disorder is real. I know schizophrenic is real. You know, I know bipolarness is real. I get it. And there are plenty people in the world that truly has mental illness that don't know what they do. Example, if they're hearing voices in their head because they're not on their medicine or the medicine makes them sick or something like that, I get that. But there are also people in the world that claim mental illness just to get a check or claim mental illness just to get out of trouble. And to me, that's manipulation. So how do you, thank you, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Exactly. There are plenty of people in the world that does that. So we got to be careful to learn to distinguish the differences. Because if a man goes in a bank and blow it up and has never been in trouble and has never been on medicine, gets in the court of law and say, "Oh, I have mental issues. I need to be evaluated." Is he trying to manipulate the system or does he really have mental illness? So we have to be careful. For me, and it was a debate at work. Things got heated, y'all. It got heated in that break room because I called manipulation. I called it being very manipulative. And there are people out here that claim they have a mental illness. Yeah, it's documented on paper because you went in there to get your check to and act crazy, but you have plenty of sense and you uses it to your advantage. And is that fair to the people that are really mentally ill? It's not. It's not. And for me, if you break a law, you should be held accountable. And that's across the board. So again, we just have to be careful. So I told the girl, I said, well, hell, I don't think your brother is mentally ill. I think your brother is playing on the system. Because if he knows that he's supposed to take medicine and he knows what he's doing is wrong, and he's saying the reason why he beats up on your son because your son gets on his fucking nerves, that ain't mental illness. Because he knows what he's doing. He's hitting your son because, like he said, the little boy is getting on his nerves. So we just have to be careful. And I think it's sad that there are individuals in the world that is taking away from the real people that suffer with mental illness. Example, for me, I think the Mr. Delivered, Andrew Caldwell. Is he mentally ill? Yes, I believe he's mentally ill. You're right, Miss Cruz. You're right. You're right. I get it. And I told her exactly that. If he'd have put his hands on my daughter, I'd have beat his ass. And he knows what he's doing. He's not retarded, you know. And I don't want to offend nobody by using the word retarded, but he's not fucking retarded. He knows what he's doing. But by him playing crazy and got that paper, that's justifying a whole lot of shit, which I don't think is right. I think it's manipulative. And I think psychiatrists, but all they want is a check too. So, hey, all they want is a check, So I just think it's just messed up myself. But yeah, she says he beats the hell out of her son on any given day. Like she said one day she came in the house and the son had like a black eye or something. Now Andrew does, but he also uses it to his advantage. Now let's be real. This man was charged with insurance fraud, scamming, and all types of mess. I did do my research. So, yes, I believe he rode the short bus. I really do. And he cracks me up. But I also think he knew what he was doing was wrong with them insurance checks and scamming the people because he admitted it. So I don't know. I know there's a degree, a level of mental illness. Don't get me wrong. But I also just think there's people out here that's just playing on the system to get a check and uses mental illness as a way to say, I'm mental. So I have the right to, or I should be excused when I break the law. No, everyone shouldn't be excused. And in my book, should nobody be excused. I'm sorry. That's just how I feel. you know. So I'm just saying we have to know the difference. And again, we all got a little cray cray in us. Let's just be honest. We all got a little cray cray in us now. Fuck with something or someone that we love. We going the hell off. And the first thing they're going to holler is, he or she is crazy. So I think we just need to, I don't know. I think we just need to understand the difference. Are you manipulating me, but yet and still you need this medicine, but you're not taking this medicine, and what you're doing is totally wrong. So what? So I just want us to be careful. And I thank you, Miss Cruiser, for even coming in here joining my live. I really appreciate this. And I know this may be a touchy subject for some, you know, and that's fine. Again, I'm not downplaying mental illness because I know it's real and I know it exists. But I also know there are people in this world that know the difference between right and wrong and is using mental illness to, one, collect a benefit check, and for two, when they get in trouble, to justify what they did. Excuse me, this is my dog, y'all. Um, so I guess that's my story today. And I was so pissed. I was so pissed. Again, not trying to downplay mental illness. I know it's real. It's somebody, I'm just a small YouTuber. And again, shout out to my 62 subscribers. Stick with me and we will grow. I got a lot planned for my channel and to show my appreciation. But that's another story. But again, just going live. And I don't know, that's just my thought on it. You know, that's just my thought on it. And that was just my take. And it had got so heated in that break room that it was crazy. And there were some that agreed with me, and there were some that didn't agree with me. There were some that said mental illness is mental illness. No, the fuck it's not. You know, yeah, mental illness is mental illness. However, how mental are you? I guess is the question. Because if that's the case, all of us have a little mental illness in us. All of us suffer with something mental. Me, I'm obsessed with cleanliness. I don't like shit out of order. Am I mental? Should I be able to get a check for that? I don't know. So again, mental illness and those that claim they have mental illness, again, not all, not downplaying it. But if you know you need medicine and ain't gonna take the medicine, and you know what you doing is wrong, but when the law gets involved, now it's because you're mental. No, I'm not buying it. Anyway, have a blessed day. This is Leslie. Just Wondering, also known as Storyteller with Music, just coming back with you with a little short story. Today I didn't play no music, but again, I got some more stories to tell with music because on my channel, we let the story tell the music. Anyway, peace out. Bye. And those are my dogs now. And I'm in the process of moving. So I don't know how to stop this. I don't know how to stop this. How do I stop this? What I do? All right, bye.